We do what we must.
Back to sleep then.
We do what we must.
Back to sleep. I do not tolerate cowardice. Well, now I'm just mad.
Alright. Bans have been set. Time to see what the teams bring to the table. Time to see what the teams bring to the table. Time to see what the teams bring to the table. Some really strong late game picks with that Caitlyn there on the new Canaan side. Some really strong late game picks.
It's not going in this. Oh,
Welcome to the stream.
right. Twitch Karma is going to be really powerful.
Happy
late
to
game.
sit this one
Up
out.
there.
Definitely both sides have very late game comp so far.
And the thing is, I think that New Canaan so
People
far is
fear what
better
they cannot
at team fighting
understand.
if they get to late game. A Gangplank Barrel plus Shockwave can easily wipe teams.
Yeah, especially with that massive arm on the barrel. No surprise that Galio was banned. Strong pick right now.
I'm not really sure about the Ivern ban on that team. If they were trying to set up protect the ADC comp, they would definitely have picked something
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Interface. Oh no, it's in camera control under hotkeys, so.
Oh, attempt not successful on the invade.
Minions have spawned.
Two successful leeches and the games begin.
Come.
Both got a mid lane a little bit late, so there is some optimism to CS. Top lane has been going. And first blood.
Oh,
That was nice Braum play. Right there. We should get a replay.
Come.
so yeah, looking at the replay, Braum was sitting in the bush and then throws a key out, gets the stun, gets the kill.
So if bot lane pushing in, that's going to be a pretty big lead early on for Caitlyn. It's already 16-1 CS, so effectively that is pretty much close to one bot lane off that level of play. You don't really get much. Middle lane is pushing in favor of Victor, but Orianna still has equal CS. Top lane, there's a gank, at least. Good
Leads
job,
with
Luis.
the counter gank and gets the kill.
Yep. I'm not sure if that makes up for how badly bot is losing, but definitely will help them. Especially with Elise there, yeah, no, she's gonna go counter jungle. So there should be some form. Oh, they're going back in for the gank, so this is gonna be. Gangplank has 1 point in his E, in his W, so he can simply dodge the cocoon. Well, he just flashed it instead of oranging it. That's pretty smart. But in case Elise decides to come back around, which in my case I would just go around and then come back through the tri-bush again. Possibly I would go hide in the bush up top wait for Gangplank to return. He's teleporting back now, so teleport isn't going to be up. In case Duquesne wants to teleport bot lane, they can force a play. But Malphite's going back now, so the wave is pushing into Gangplank's turret. If Malphite walks back, he isn't going to lose that much in terms, unless Gangplank decides to freeze it here, which he's attempting to do. The wave is going to push in right now, though, so Gangplank did start with a mana crystal as well, so he's gotten a sheen now, which should mean that he should be able to match.
Big action coming up in the mid lane with both junglers in each respect.
I don't think that Fairfield is going to be able to fight this. Orianna's really low at this point.
I would personally recall, but who knows?
I mean, if Victor forces Orianna back, they're gonna get, at least can come through the jungle for pretty massive turret damage. Here comes Vi. But I think you're just gonna back off here. They just can't do anything. Oriana's way too low. The wave got pulled a little bit, so Victor's gonna get some chip damage on the turret, but I don't think Elise is gonna show here. So I don't know how long Oriana's gonna be able to stay there, but she's got level 6. Victor has also got level 6, so you can possibly, yeah. Out comes the Chaos Storm.
That's going to be down for a little while, giving her the edge.
Obviously, he wants to shove into the turret as quickly as possible. I would have probably saved Chaos Storm there to roam with, but going top lane or bot lane with that Chaos Storm could have meant a kill, and the Shockwave whiffs.
2 whiffs in a row in the mid lane.
The Chaos Storm really wasn't a whiff. It did push Oriana off the turret, but it wasn't, the mid lane wasn't a very third turret. Bot lane, Caitlyn is still up pretty highly in CS, and she's got an entire BF sword over Twitch. So this is going to be a pretty easy freeze for Fairfield. They really can't walk up. At this point, Karma should really just be sticking E on Twitch, who goes in to try and secure some last hits.
Yeah, Fairfield's pushing New Canaan out with over half, or over twice as much CS as New Canaan.
Victor has upgraded his E with his thing first, obviously. So at this point, Oriana is really going to get shoved in really hard, as Victor's MK1 is when he starts pushing into ending. So to win the game, they're probably just going to be able to push up mid extremely hard, which means that Vi is probably going to try and come mid lane at sometime in the next few minutes.
Caitlyn with the back with the BF sword, gonna have a huge advantage over Twitch in the bot lane.
At this point, top lane is actually being pushed up by Gangplank. Bot lane again, it's just being frozen.
Another Chaos Storm by Victor.
This one's gonna be marginally more successful, but he also got forced out, and Oriana now still has Shockwave, so not really much to do with that. Malphite is going somewhat even, which is kind of bad in a Gangplank lane versus Malphite. You're really hoping to get some sort of CS early before Gangplank just starts shoving you out with barrel spam, so
Definitely Malphite needs the pressure early.
And also, Elise has gotten a 1 kill early, which means she's been counter jungling pretty hard. Here Vi walks up into over a ward by Fairfield, so there's a pink ward here. I don't know if Elise has seen it. No, she hasn't seen it. Bot lane.
2-on-1 in the mid lane.
Bot lane is 72 to 27.
2-on-2 in the mid lane.
73, but this one goes somewhat in the favor of Fairfield. With the blue buff, actually, Elise took hers, I believe. Is that right?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah, I didn't catch it, but I know that Oriana has blue buff right now, Victor does not, so she's gonna be able to match his push with the Death Ray for at least the next few minutes.
Except for the fact that blue buff just wore off.
I mean, she pushed him in at this point, they were able to fight, so. Elise is going bot lane now, but she walks right over a ward, so. Braum blocks a cocoon.
Ooh, big ult.
This looks like a pretty easy escape, but they might go back in, especially since Vi is now bot lane.
And
Down comes the Cannon Mirage, out comes the Sullen Battery. Yeah, that was a pretty easy kill for Fairfield.
Considering New Canaan has not backed yet in the bot lane, that's gonna happen. Oh! A little bit of overextending greed there.
Yeah.
Just to
get the last hit on. This should give some Twitch a little bit of time to try and catch up. But he misses pretty much half the way there. Infernal Drake is the first one, so that's going to be a point of contention for both teams. Item builds, Twitch has actually rushed to Zeal, so I think he's going to try for a Runans first. Versus the Caitlyn Braum lane, I'm not really sure if that's the best idea. It's not really a long-range item or sustain, so Twitch's short range is going to get really hardly punished by Caitlyn, especially now that she has about 65 attack damage over Twitch. Considering it's 86 to 150 right now, so not even close.
Huge lead there.
Yeah. The only thing is, if Caitlyn decides to continue overextending, it might go badly for her, but hopefully it won't.
First back Zeal on the Twitch.
Yeah, I'm questioning that buy. Runan's not a very good first item versus the Caitlyn, as Twitch has naturally short range, so it's not going to, and it's not going to help push it in if they decide to freeze. And they can just Ellie and Vi will probably just dive turrets at that. Infernal Drake is being attacked by Fairfield right now, and but mid lane does get a kill for New Canaan. So it was a trade of mid tower for Dragon. I'm not sure exactly who this favors more. Braum is walking into this trap. Oh boy, look. Watch out. Watch out.
Double.
And that's gonna be pretty much double kill for Fairfield. Oh, but up top, Malphite solo kills. Malphite gets a solo kill.
Ooh.
That's gonna really close out the gap in top lane that was showing, especially since Gangplank naturally gets a lot of extra gold from his passive compared to Malphite's.
So what happened there in the mid lane was it was a 2-on-1 on the Victor, but Braum accidentally hit the blast plant and made it so it was just Victor on the very low Vi.
Oh, okay. Fairfield does have a significant gold lead, but it's hard to say exactly how much that is, because while their bot lane is winning, their mid lane has a slight disadvantage, and their top lane has gotten solo killed. But top lane should naturally be ahead in farm in gold because of Gangplank's passive, so, I mean, Q. I'm not confused with Twisted Fate there, but... Bot lane, Fairfield has got the turret basically down to 100 HP, so I'm thinking about this wave, they're gonna get the turret, but Elise is there to counter gank, so... Oh boy, they tag Caitlyn, Elise repels up, Brain Free comes down, Karma's caught up and killed. That was a very smart roam from Orianna, but here comes Victor and Malphite. Victor gets one kill.
Catches the Ori out, but bot lane seems to escape. Oh, Malphite going in back for hoping to get two more.
Orion doesn't have boots, actually. Malphite goes in hard. I'll just at least have repel. At least it's gonna repel up.
And that's the second one.
Meanwhile, a Gangplank gets some free farm top lane, so at the same time, even though bot lane is... That fight definitely went in the way of New Canaan. Rift Herald is now being taken by Fairfield, so... I'm not really sure, because they've evened out bot lane, but Twitch is still very far behind. It's Infinity Edge or Runans at this point. Close to 1,000 gold difference.
More than double Twitch's farm on Caitlyn right there. He completed the Runans with that back, so that's good for him.
Yeah, but I was saying earlier, Runans might not be a very good spot in the 2v2. It seems that Twitch is building more for the team fight style. Again, he's significantly behind EXP gold every way, effectively.
And we've got full upgrades on Victor right now.
That flash, he flashes out as the pink ward is dropped. Victor is going to be very powerful in the next few minutes. He's, as his Malphite.
Malphite just chasing down
Malphite
Gangplank.
just, I'm not sure, they can't finish the kill though, so unfortunate there. New Canaan, but
Rift Herald push in the mid lane. That's gonna get them a tower or two.
this is going to get a really good push. It's a smart idea to send the Rift Herald on mid lane because Victor, as their main wave clear, is there, so they want to shut down his lane as quickly as possible. You can see that heavy damage on the Caitlyn there. 1E basically chunks her for half HP. And they only get one turret after that. That's the power of the perfect Hex score Victor. You basically are extremely powerful to... Extremely hard to push in against that.
Just melts all opposition.
Yeah. At this point, he's doing basically true damage, especially since Orianna has no boots. She has full AP. No one on their team except Braum has any form of magic resist. Braum has magic resist, but Vi does not. She went for the swiftness boots, and Gangplank has just a Triforce.
Caitlyn picking up Malphite with a
Caitlyn
knife.
goes in, at least doesn't actually dive. I'm not sure why, but
nice flash dodging the cocoon by Caitlyn. Right there.
yeah, that was very well played. That was well played by both teams, but again, Fairfield just seemed to come out ahead in somehow with every trade. And part of that is because Twitch is still being mercilessly bullied bot lane. He can't walk up to CS a single time. It's extremely hard for anything to happen. Now he's finally get alone to some farm. But it's still close to a 70 farm deficit. Caitlyn has double his farm.
And she's had double his farm the whole game pretty much.
Yeah, starting from that disastrous first blood early. But then again, this Karma, you don't really need that much to be useful. Most of your utility just comes from shielding, so.
And that movement speed on the shield is very helpful with their high engage comp that they have built.
The problem is that in the hyper carry versus hyper carry matchup bot lane, Twitch is very far behind, especially in a team against Vi with the Assault and Battery. He's just gonna get ulted instantly every single fight and killed, so it's hard to survive as a Twitch if you're this far behind already. Well, the Water Rig is gonna be started here. Fairfield chases Nukin off. This looks like it's gonna be a smite battle. Yeah. I'm not sure exactly why they weren't trying to fight there. It was pretty clear that Elise was a higher level. Big shockwave coming out, but Victor knocks him down. Pretty decisive win this time for Nukin, and even though they can't really finish the kill on the Braum yet. Elise is chasing him. But she gives up. Take it to counter jungle the blue. Yeah, I'm very suspect about that decision to fight over that dragon because Vi was level 10 to level 11 and Elise has the execute damage on her spider form too. So Nukin is gonna push in now. Gangplank gets top turret, so that's good for them.
Destroyed.
2 turrets to none in the top lane, which pretty good, but Gangplank way too overextended, being chased around in the jungle.
That Victor is getting extremely fed right now with his perfect Hexcorn Lich Bane. His entire combo basically will delete anyone on the enemy team. Especially since they only have one tank in the form of a Braum, and the Vi is going for Triforce. Personally, I would have gone for some form of tank right now because a Braum isn't really a good idea for having its only tank. It's one of the problems with picking Gangplank as without having some other form of tankiness on the team other than a support. You tend to get out tanked in the mid game. So
Ooh, Lise tries to give Victor the blue buff, but Little Spider steals it. It's upsetting.
and Victor in return steals the wolves. Now it seems Duquesne is gonna push in top lane. Hoping to get that top turret. Vi is backing right now from bot lane, so. And again, that Victor is just constantly wave clearing mid. I think Fairfield is definitely going to have to fight for a Baron in order to push in on Duquesne's mid or top bot lane. In terms of threatening that, you really can't do much against a Victor with his E and that much AP at this point of the game. He has 260, which means his death ray is dealing close to 460 damage at this point. Fight breaks that top lane.
Braum with the Q.
Cannon Mirage comes down. Cannon Mirage doesn't come down, but Vi meanwhile takes down bot lane with Orianna. And again, it's hard for the Twitch to do anything. Their team is Twitch is naturally bad against divers like Vi, and the fact that he got murdered early game in lane is indicative that you're basically going to do absolutely nothing.
$1,000 damage crit on those minions. High damage coming out from that Caitlyn.
Caitlyn picks up a static shiv. Since the changes to Runans, you no longer proc it every 3. You no longer proc your pass every 3 attacks, so. The static shiv is actually a good itemization choice. It provides them more wave clear against the Victor push. Another item to consider might have been static, Fan Dancer.
But they do have all-in comps, so skirmish potential may not be the highest of choices that they're interested in right now.
I mean, Fairfield has a much better skirmish comp than Duquesne. Duquesne is definitely reliant with most of their team fight damage coming from Unstoppable Force, Chaos Storm, Victor, and Twitch ult. Fairfield can just use Vi ult or catch people out with, for example, with traps. They're not as ult reliant, so it's a better skirmishing. They're better at skirmishing. The thing is that Duquesne have been playing this very well. They're not allowing Fairfield to get any 2v2 fights. All fights have been on Duquesne's account. So it's still a very close game at this point. 40 to 38 gold. K gold, so.
Some action going on around the Baron pit.
Looks like they're just trying to push in top lane here. Trying to get that tier 1 turret. Meanwhile, actually, Fairfield are just pushing up mid. They're gonna try it for the tier 2 here. So tier 1 for tier 2, that's a very good trade. And I don't think Duquesne can contest this. Victor is still backing in the top lane, so they might even push up for the inhib turret.
Yeah.
Without the Victor, they can't really do it. They have very little wave clear, which is too short range to get anything accomplished, and Malphite naturally has to walk out into the wave to use his E-auto with the Iceborne Gauntlet itemization. Oh, and Caitlyn gets a big 2-man shockwave. Victor gets yet another kill. And he's now on a dominating streak.
Now a 3v5 down there.
But the thing is that there's only an ocean turret to get while Gangplank can potentially get the inhib turret. So now I think Fairfield should just be delaying their backs as long as possible. Gangplank is not really getting much done. So overall, that was actually a net gain for New Canaan. Again, the mid lane is about the same. Yeah. The mid lane is actually about the same as the bot lane is right now. It's level 12 with till level 15. Victor has been gotten there. Oh boy, Victor has assassinated Caitlyn right there. That was nasty to watch.
Does he go for 2?
Yeah, and he seems to, yeah, he's not gonna, he gets it.
Maybe. Yep, there he goes.
There it is. So, with these kills
That ghost choice by Victor really gives him the speed to chase. Now they go for Baron.
And with Caitlyn Braum dead, with a bot lane dead and 5 sitting bot lane, there's almost nothing they can do to contest this. But no point in just wasting Cannon Barrage on steal. So with New Canaan getting Baron now, they can push in. But Orianna clears out a big wave mid lane. They probably might have been trying to push out on that. So it's going to be hard. They had all 3 of their lanes are sort of pushing in right now. It's going to be hard for New Canaan. Doesn't have any waves to naturally go to right now. They're going to have to go there themselves, which gives time for Fairfield to stabilize and push out other lanes. And Cannon Barrage is extremely useful at this point, since you can just push out waves from the other side of the map to prevent the Baron buff pushing. Cleanse comes out from Orianna. That's going to be useful. That's going to be useful in the next fight. Victor gets trapped, gets taken down to about half HP. As in the top lane, Malphite is chasing down Gangplank. I'm not really liking the Spectre's Cal itemization on Malphite right now. The only person on their team who does magic damage is Orianna, and as I was saying earlier, she's pretty far behind the Victor. Only 200 farm, and with that build, it's extremely unlikely that she's going to be able to kill the Karma. Big fight breaks out.
Huge ult by Malphite right there.
They don't get any kills off it though, just Chaos Storm is doing work in the back line though, so Shockwave is still up though, as is Spray and Pray. And it seems that New Canaan are gonna keep pushing up. It's hard to say exactly. But no, they're starting to back off. This pink ward has been in this push from pretty much the start of the game. And there's 2 similar wards there. The warding from New Canaan has not been the greatest this game in the top, but
New Canaan practically has vision of the entire enemy jungle though right now.
Right now,
is
yeah.
Very nice.
So they can basically pick a fight whenever they've definitely got. And on the flip side, Fairfield has almost no wards on this side of the map. They have pink ward here, they have a pink ward here, and they have wards to their jungle, but they have absolutely nothing on this side, which means that they're having to play on their side of the map exclusively. You see Caitlyn Bex at the top over there. Vi has been farming up pretty heavily, so expect the Vi to be doing a lot of damage in the next fight. The problem with Vi in this situation is that it's very hard to get a pop on a Twitch when the instant you go in, Karma's just gonna pop his shield, and then you're gonna get nuked in the face by level 17 Victor with a death cap. So. And also about the gold lead I'm seeing noticed in the chat. They do have the Gangplank passive on 231 minions, which means that out of that gold lead, approximately 800 to 900 of that gold is coming from Gangplank's passive alone. So compared to the shockwave blows up the Victor there. But the goal lead is actually much closer than you think. Here, it's most of the gold is coming from the Gangplank, and that's a 2-for-1 fight. But Victor is taken down. Victor is significantly the main source of damage on Canaan, so. They back off here. Top lane is pushing again in Canaan. They should probably, after getting this drag, head back to there. And a third ocean drag. With this, it's going to be basically impossible in the late game for Fairfield to fight in an extended team fight with Canaan, because they're just going to go out of combat and get an insane amount of regeneration. It only takes 5 seconds to get 10-12% of your maximum health and mana, so basically if you get them to full HP, it's going to take them about 20 seconds to heal right up back to full. And Baron's coming up in a minute 30, so I'm expecting Canaan to invest in wards on this side. They've kind of let their vision lapse on the left side of Fairfield's jungle. Meanwhile, Fairfield still has absolutely 0 deep wards on Canaan's side, so they have absolutely no idea on which side the important members are. Here, a big fight breaks out mid lane. The Twitch starts to deal some damage, and here comes Victor.
Hoping to clean up, and he does.
And with that, they're gonna push up mid. I'm not sure why Twitch is backing here. Victor finds a tank ward. And Twitch actually just goes to farm top lane, so it's a 2v3 mid lane. But one of them is a gangplank, so and the wave is all the way back, halfway up the lane, so it's hard for them to push up.
Just have to wait.
Yeah, Caitlyn is gonna be up in 5 seconds, so. And that wave just gets, the Gangplank barrel actually just do that much damage, so they get a good chunk of damage on the turret. The Lichbane proc.
Caitlyn ult out on the
Lichbane proc
Victor.
actually deals, it's dealing about 300 extra damage with one proc on that, so. Baron is now up. Wards are coming in, the Super Lens is usually scheduled out. But the wards are mainly again from Canaan's side. They have deep wards in this jungle as well, and deep wards up over here by mid, so.
So
Teleporter comes in. Victor goes down. Spray and Pray comes out. Big combo. Big combo comes down for both sides, but it seems that as of now, Canaan has won this team fight for now.
And
but what can they get out of it though?
Likely get an ace.
The wave mid lane is barely even pushed. Oh, the Orion turnaround right there.
Misses the ground smash.
Yeah.
Very unfortunate.
So at
Angry pings coming out on both sides.
Got taken out by the creeps in this fight, so it's basically they really can't do much.
Some saltiness going on with these pings.
The Aegis of the Legion, Aegis of the Legion that's coming out for Braum is gonna help the team once he upgrades it up. And they'll be a majority of Canaan's damage is coming from Victor and Elise. Twitch deals damage too, but due to him being significantly behind in items, it's nowhere near as much. Victor has 700 AP. Twitch has about 280 at this point. Meanwhile,
That was a really interesting interaction there with
Caitlyn's ult, yeah.
Yeah.
It started at the fountain, but it broke or something. And now Baron is being swept out.
So a Baron fight round 2, maybe?
And Victor is pushing up mid, so the wave is going to shove down mid, but Caitlyn comes to clear it off. Could they get the jump on Caitlyn? Oh, the cocoon misses. That would have been a kill if she had landed that. But with Caitlyn chunked out like that, they are probably going to turn on Baron now, or they're trying to bait. They missed. There's a ward there, so they know exactly what's going on. Perhaps Oriana's just going to stick the ball on Braum, who's going to jump in and try for a wombo combo. That might be. But again, Elise gone for an almost full damage build, which means that she's gonna one-shot squishies if she gets on them, but she's also gonna one-shot herself. Bot lane is pushing in pretty heavily right now, and Gangplank ult has been used.
Heavy damage.
Karma comes down. Bot lane is pushing in, which means that, and with the damage, I'm not sure if Fairfield can actually take the
4v5 on the side of Fairfield.
And there's a huge whiff. Oh boy, big combo, big damage coming out from Canaan.
Sonya's giving time for the team to regroup.
But can they catch the Caitlyn and the Gangplank? I don't know. Now they turn for Baron. I really am questioning this call. I would have gone bot lane. There's a massive wave pushing it over here.
Easy.
Then there's Dragon spawning, Elder Dragon spawning. So if they play their cards right, they should be able to get both Baron and Elder Dragon off this. With Yukain backing off here. Oh!
There goes
Caitlyn doing there. So they back, and now I think they're going to naturally go in for Elder Dragon and then try and push up bot. There's a huge wave here.
Well, overstaying, you're welcome. The Fairfield side.
With the ace coming through from Yukain, and that's going to be a... Braum's going to go bot lane, but with his low damage, it's going to be hard to clear out that wave. He's going to probably just tank it until Oriana gets back. Vi comes in for... Oh, nothing better in this game than seeing a massive wave just getting uncorked.
Now they seem to be going to ward up on the Elder Drake, as you were saying.
Yep. Turning on Elder. It seems there's very little awards for Canaan around here. Their awards have mostly been covered around Baron, so they get Elder Dragon. Now they have Elder and Baron, so they should be able to push up any lane they choose and win a fight.
They've got the double
This could possibly spell the end of the game if Fairfield cannot react to that.
It's gonna be an uphill climb for Fairfield right now.
Yeah, for sure. They start off the game really well as well, but with that bot lane. But Twitch has gone back. Twitch is now 3-1, so he's going to be outputting a lot of damage, and they don't even try to contest the inhibitor. That was probably the best call they could have made there. I don't know why Caitlyn hasn't been trapping in front of the turrets to try and ward them off, but they're gonna push in top. There's a huge wave pushing in there. A lot of caster minions though, so that's gonna be pretty easily cleared out.
Then that plus Baron buff gives them that extra edge.
Yeah, but there's only like 3 melee minions, as you can see there. They just obliterate all the ranged moves. But the turret still is gonna go down.